Welcome to Blow Your Brains Out. Please like this video, share this video, and subscribe now. Everybody has a
Now, fuckers.
million reasons to blow your brains out with Ricky Warden, that's me, and Dave Jarvis.
Hey-o.
Joining us is the beautiful Ariel. Everybody participate in the show, in the live chat, and all bands always promote your music. Blow your brains out. All right, welcome to Blow Your Brains Out. To take it away here tonight and guide us through the chaos, your host and mine, David motherfucking Jarvis.
Thank you very much. Welcome, everybody, to Blow Your Brains Out. And I come to you with very exciting news. Apparently, after months of protests by SAG-AFTRA, nothing was accomplished. And now the folks from Replica Licensing are going to now be licensing replica voices of voice actors. So you see, protesting is pointless, folks, because AI is taking over.
Embrace it. You know, it's like a video game. AI is like a video game, you know, so embrace it for what it is. You can never.
Dude, I just found out on that last GTA that wasn't Ray Liotta. Like, you got a Ray Liotta sound alike, and then as it turns out in Vice City, they actually got Ray Liotta. It's like, dude, fuck, just bring Ray Liotta back.
Yeah, well, he's dead now, so that ain't gonna happen.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, the game came out in 2011. He was still with us.
Yeah. Yes.
Riding hard and going in wet. Speaking of which, that's how we like to approach each one of these shows. Welcome our guests, Kristen Shields and Linda Chadwick. How are you folks doing today?
Wonderful.
I'm doing good.
Wonderful.
Very good. Very good. Awesome. Christian, we spoke to you a month or two ago. You spoke, you know, real briefly. So welcome officially to the show.
Thank you for having me.
I understand, you know, things are going on currently, but other than what's going on, how is everything?
Things are good. Just, you know, getting, you know, obviously we just got through the holidays and all that stuff. So, you know, usually the music industry is slow towards the end of the year and towards the beginning of the year as well. So, you know, hopefully we'll get some things as far as like maybe in the studio, get some show bookings and everything, get all that underway shortly.
Well, speaking about getting underway, hey, Dave Jarvis, let's go around the table. How was your week this week, brother?
It was all right. I don't know. I'm just getting ready for this early snow apocalypse that we're potentially having on Monday. So I got myself a terracotta pot and some bricks and some candles because I live basically in Iraq because the power goes out at our place fucking constantly. So I need to be prepared. And from what I understand, this will generate a lot more heat than just the dinky little fucking candles. So safety first.
Apparently you have no need for firewood.
No. I live in a tin shack, so I would be cooked quite profusely.
Tin shack, I love it.
Like a fish stick.
Well, you want to go around the horn here and ask everybody about their week?
Do I? Yeah, sure.
Yes,
all right. Hey, Ariel, how was your week?
Nope. I'm just kidding. It feels really weird. It feels like today should be Thursday, not Wednesday. It's been an off week, but good.
Well, Ariel, you're the one that I'm most interested in. How was your weekend? Y'all had a big show this weekend. I saw lots of pictures and videos.
It was a lot of fun. It was really good. I'm hoping because Brad thinks that he's going to do it every quarter. I'm hoping it's a little bit more put together because it was a little last minute because we were the only metal band. I don't consider us a metal band, but we were only hard rock and we put on a great show. And then since we opened, it was only our people there and only a few of the next person's show. And they go, God, y'all did really great. Yeah, we're an indie rock band, and we basically just sing about our girlfriends, and it's a totally different vibe. It was hilarious. It went from like Breaking Benjamin, Evanescence to Davis Matthews Band or something.
I don't think it's Davis Matthews.
And then Against All Odds.
It was great though. Warhog was there to support us, so that was really cool. And I gave a shout out to Blow Your Brains Out, and I met a few bands, told them to hit us up, and we'd love to have them on. So, yeah.
Nice.
Good job. Good job.
Potentials.
Did they buy you a drink?
Warhog?
Yeah,
Did
or
you finish
whoever.
their whiskey?
No, but my husband did.
All right.
We can count on you, Jeff.
We were there like 9 hours. I said I was going to leave right after the set, and it just got out of control.
We didn't leave till like 8, but there was no way we could stay till midnight. We were actually there since 12:30 or something because we had load and sound check and stuff. So.
I got the Applebee's at 11. I don't know what you're talking about.
Way to support the bands, Jeff. Way to support the bands.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah. And Linda, how was your week?
It's been very busy, as I mentioned before, but yeah, it's been really busy. Just getting prepared for this and the anxiety of waiting for my book to go boom. So it's exciting.
Woo!
So for the
Yeah,
record,
very
we're going to be talking to Linda tonight about her book, so everybody hang around for that. On the Road, a Texas Groupies Memoir. Very excited about that. This book is coming out January the 23rd, but you can pre-order it on Amazon now.
And Barnes and Noble.
Thank you.
Dope.
Oh, yeah. Christian, do you have any products that you're trying to hawk?
Well, well, I just did the music video for "Raise 'Em Up." I mean, it came out in November now, so that's the current release, current single. We'll see what this year has in store as far as new music. There's definitely going to be some new songs, but at the moment, no, other than just the music video that you can watch now on all platforms.
Well, and we'll watch it here together tonight. If you don't mind, we'll listen to another song also. So everybody hang around to listen to "Raise 'Em Up." I want to congratulate you for breaking over 1,000 views in a couple of weeks, right?
Yeah, I mean, I primarily pushed it on other platforms. It's got 31,000 on X, formerly Twitter, as of this, and it's at 10,000, I believe, on Facebook. I did direct embeds on platforms because obviously, algorithmically, social media doesn't want you to click out to another platform because then they lose advertising revenue. So, I wanted to try and experiment with this one instead of pushing it predominantly on YouTube, but all the future ones will just be strictly on YouTube.
Do you have a preferred? Do you have a preferred social media platform? Do you prefer Twitter over Facebook or whatever?
No, not necessarily, because the fan base is pretty spread out across different platforms. Different demographics tend to hang out on different social media, so you need to be on all of them. So I primarily use Facebook and X, but obviously Instagram, TikTok, and then obviously YouTube is the largest social media platform in the world. So YouTube, and then obviously the regular main streaming services and etc.
I must have missed where Twitter transitioned into X. We don't have a Twitter account because I felt like that was starting to become outdated from the other social media. So do you feel like it's worth being on that side of the social media platform? I mean, I know you said be on all the things, but
yeah, I mean, because it's like anything else. I think what Elon is doing and his vision, he's making it for the future. Oh, sorry, my light here.
It's now the free speech channel.
Yeah, well, it's besides it being free speech. I remember back in the MySpace days, it was a lot easier for bands to get noticed on social media because the platform was geared more towards that. A lot of the platforms now, they're geared towards more trying to sell you something. Any service that has a free tier, you're the product. But I think we always got to be looking towards the future and trying things, and I think it's moving in a positive direction. The traffic on there overall is increasing by the day. More people are uploading videos directly on there. I mean, sure, there's still an algorithm on there, but it just seems to that I get, as of late, get a lot more engagement and feedback from that platform versus the other ones. But, again, that's anecdotal. I don't know if that's going to apply in all situations. But me, I like to be optimistic and look towards, new things. Obviously, we have a lot of people scared of AI right now in the music business. But, not to segue away from your original question, but I just think that, instead of being afraid of it, you need to kind of lean into it because it's not going away. And it's like anything else. It's a tool, right? It's just another tool that you have in your toolbox. And what works for me isn't going to work for somebody else and vice versa. So, I just kind of throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. And, I like to try new things and just, see what I can do with them.
And another thing that's great about Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, you literally get up to the second news about whatever is going on. Like I was getting all the reports of, the 2020 riots and everything as they were happening, and, everything going down in downtown Dallas and setting up the pallets full of bricks and all that stuff. So you'll get news a lot quicker through Twitter, if nothing else.
Well, yeah,
David, do you mind?
It's definitely you definitely can get stuff a little bit faster for sure. Because like you can. I just like their presentation better. It's more condensed. It's not as busy. You obviously, when you subscribe to certain people, you get exactly what you subscribe to. Obviously, yes, you can get content fed in from other sources, algorithmically, but it's lesser on there than other platforms. It's more, not to be in an echo chamber, but it's more like you see what you want, but then you can also expand it to see more if you would like, so to speak.
Okay, at the risk of interrupting a fifth time, if you don't mind, I want to say hello to everyone in the chat. We got Kim Peacock Hobbs. Man, it's the first time for Kim to be in the chat. She's one of my very lifelong friends, probably a friend of Linda's also, but certainly a friend of the heavy metal community. So, Kim, it's good to see you in the chats, and then also Pot Show. Everybody listening, please do participate in the chats. If you do, I'll make sure we pull it up. I'll interrupt a few times if I have to make sure we say hi to you. Thank you for being here in the chats, everybody. And thank you, Dave Jarvis. Carry on.
Well, I totally broke my train of thought. Hey guys, welcome to the chats. If you have a question for Christian Shields, please shout it directly into your phone, and maybe we can hear it.
Listen, no subject with me is off limits. Nothing's taboo. Like it's, I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy. I'm not anything special.
All right. Well, so where did Just a Guy learn how to play guitar?
Yeah, let's back up to the beginning.
Oh, so the beginning. So, well, I gotta go way back to the beginning. Just
kind of pretend that people don't know who you are and give us the short summary of who you are and how the hell you got here making this like top 40 hit rock music.
So that's actually a really, really long story. And the way my memory works is I can remember every step along the journey. It's crazy. But the short version is this. When I was 12, I wanted to play guitar. I saw, and I always mention this because to me, this is one of the greatest Kiss shows I've ever seen in my life, is September 2nd, 1977 at the Summit in Houston on the Love Gun tour. My dad had a bootleg tape of that show. And I just remember when he put it in and seeing them come down the risers to I Stole Your Love. And, Paul Stanley's doing the big hand movements and all that. And he's strumming chords and pointing at, the audience. I looked at that, and that was it was right before I turned 12. I was 11 at the time, and I said I wanted to do that. So I talked to my dad saying I wanted to buy a guitar, and he kind of didn't take it seriously. And I ended up saving up all my birthday money, and I was still short. So my dad ended up putting in the difference. I took lessons for a little bit, and then the rest is history. And then being in Rhode Island, networking and all that stuff led me down to Austin, Texas, where I currently am.
All right,
Where-
that's fucking awesome.
That's the short version.
Paul Stanley, in that sense, is the ultimate front man. He's probably inspired more than any other singer songwriter or singer guitar player.
Can you imagine
Front
being him and just connecting to so many people that now make music?
Like
I
my
would love to
grandson.
make that connection.
My grandson
I
doesn't
think-
make music, but he loves Kiss.
I think the allure for me is like, Kiss is always larger than life, right? They're like Marvel of the music industry, but it's like it's the ultimate, like, great songs, showmanship, all that stuff. You obviously get the naysayers that can't get past the image, but to me it's entertainment, right?
Mhm.
A lot of people strongly dislike when I say this, but people listen with their eyes. Sure, if something grabs your attention and you hear it, you'll listen to it. But a lot of times people are visual. They have to see something, and if it gets their attention, then they'll maybe listen to it or do a deeper dive. So, they had it right with that.
Yeah.
So, of course, I'm biased because I'm a huge Kiss fan, but just to me, you got to separate all aspects. Like, there's people that make music for other musicians. I'm not one of those guys. I make music for myself, music that I enjoy playing. And if the audience enjoys it as well, that's just an added bonus, So it's just a combination of factors. So, like, as far as, like, if you want to just be a musician, that's great. But, there's layers to it, the entertainment aspect, all that stuff. Because obviously if you're not going to put on a show, you're just going to get up on stage and, whatever, then why do I come to the show? I'll just put on the record and stay home, So it's that's kind of like my approach to all of it.
Yeah. I mean, people are going to remember the crazy things you do. I sometimes at the end of our set, I run out to the audience to get them all going. And like this past weekend, sit up on some tables. And that's what the people that came in late for the next crowd of people, that's all they remember. So all night long, they were just like fist bumping me, like, good show, good show. That's what they're going to remember is your showmanship. And then on top of that, they'll remember your music that you make for yourself, for your people. So you're right.
Nostalgia and feelings are powerful, right? You want music's an emotional experience. It's how it made you feel, right? If something made you feel awful, you're not going to go for it again. But if something made you feel a certain type of way, you'll be more likely to engage with it again. So, it's about the experience. It's about the experience. Yes.
Christian, what are some of the bands that have come close to Kiss in your reverie?
Oh, man. I mean, I've seen a bunch of bands, and, because Kiss was like my first show, my first big show. But, I mean, I've seen so many, and I'm trying to just talk while I'm thinking, just to proc my memory. But it's been a spectrum. I think one of a cool band I saw that show really stuck with me is I saw Senses Fail one time. They're more of like a emo band. I saw them with my brother when I was in high school. They played Lupo's Heartbreak Hotel in Providence, and I just remember the energy. And I remember the front man, Buddy Nielsen, being all over the front of the stage and in with the crowd. I've seen Motley Crue, Def Leppard. I've seen Taylor Swift. I've seen Ed Sheeran. I've seen Metallica. So I think certain bands have different shows that they've done, and I've obviously opened for a bunch. But to me, it just always comes back to the Kiss show for me, because that was my first. And I can see, especially being on the production side of things, I can really see the influence that they had on all the shows that have since followed suit. So to me, I'm always forced and reminded to go back to my first Kiss show, which was I saw them in November of 2003 on the Aerosmith tour. So,
what's a Rhode Island audience like? Are they a rowdy bunch?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think it's Texas is definitely a different animal. I mean, I've played on the West Coast, East Coast. Every area certainly has like their different vibes, but I think the experience of it all and the energy of it, you can get a crowd hyped no matter where you are.
Do you have a favorite venue in different areas that or states that you go to?
Well, in Austin, I would say my favorite venues would be Come and Take It Live. That's probably one of my favorite down here.
In Austin.
Yeah, in Austin, Come and Take It Live. Dallas would be Trees. Houston would probably be Acadia. As far as Rhode Island, I mean, a lot of these venues don't exist anymore. It would probably be the Ruins at the Coliseum. California would probably be the Whiskey. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the places that are the most standoutish to me thus far.
You said that you live in Austin right now.
Yes.
Have you been able to take advantage of South by Southwest?
I did South by 1 year, but a lot of it is, there's artists that are handpicked to play, but there's a lot of unofficial showcases around it. But it's a big, I mean, not to say too much, but a lot of the stuff surrounding it. Again, I don't want to speak out of line and piss anybody off, but a lot of it is it's pay to play. We'll leave it at that. If you want to play on it,
you have to pay.
Money talks. That's it. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, they coin it as if you sell this many tickets, after that you're gonna get like $2 a head. But if you don't sell these tickets, you're gonna have to pay to meet this quota, or they want that payment in advance.
Well, it's not even so much. It's not even so much selling tickets. Not to interrupt Linda, but it's not so much selling tickets. It's like literally there's just a straight up buy-on fee.
Yeah.
A lot of these festivals and a lot of these bigger shows, it's a straight up buy-on fee. So I can understand in some instances where it could be beneficial to buy on to a show or buy on to a tour, but you gotta look at your numbers and be like, sure, you could buy on with a bigger artist and pay thousands of dollars and be guaranteed to play in front of X amount of people, but realistically, it's not a guarantee, and you don't know if you're going to make your money back. You know, that's why a lot of these tours you'll see. I don't want to insult anybody, but you'll see a lot of unknown bands, but a lot of it is tour buy-ons. Yeah. So, I guess if it makes sense for you and if you want to do it and you want to spend the money, sure. But I don't see it as a sustainable business model for unknown bands that are skipping up the ladder, because to me, in any business venture, you can't build it from the top down. You know what I mean? You have to build it from the ground up. Mm-hmm. So sure, yeah, you can play in front of a big show. You spend $1,000, $2,000. I've heard as much as $5,000 and all that stuff to buy onto some of these bigger arena shows. But what if you pay that money and you go on at 6:30 and there's only 500 people there? Now, granted, you could win over those 500 people, but 9 times out of 10, they're not there to see you. They don't care. And, yeah, you can certainly win the audience over. But unless you're going to be like personable and walk around and collect emails or try to sell merch, then you might as well just lighting money on fire. So I'm not interested.
I need your email.
Email. What'd you say about email?
No, I'm just saying that I need your email.
It was better the first time. Sorry, I missed it.
Yeah, but that's the way I view it as. And I mean, there's you can't teach charisma. You can't teach personability, and that's fine. I'm not knocking any band that wants to pony up the cheddar and buy onto a tour. That's fine, but that's not how I run my business at all, or run my aspect of what I do. I just it can be a very corrupt business model, and we'll leave it at that.
There was
basically it's a racket.
I mean, what anything? I'll just say this. Never bet against human nature, you will lose. Humans are messy, and if they're in a position of power, absolute power corrupts absolutely. You can apply that to anything you want, but, especially if there's money to be made, people will make that money. If it's not you, somebody else will.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
So, anyway, sorry for the awkward silence, but it's just, I've been doing this for a long time. I'm clearly not the most famous guy or the biggest guy in the world. I do okay, but it's you kind of got to know you got to know what you're up against, and that's fine if you want to do it as a hobby and all that stuff. But there are people that take advantage. There are people that help. There's a spectrum of people, and it's I don't want to say it's a game. It's just you're navigating and dealing with all these different entities and people, and you just got to be smart and do what's best for you. my rule is if I think it makes sense, I'll do it. I'm not against buy-ons. I'm not against selling tickets, because obviously a band should sell tickets because that's your audience, right? You know what I mean? Like, why not sell tickets, right? Wouldn't you want to? I mean, if you're a big band, they're selling tickets, for their own show. They're not like just showing up to a venue and 10,000 people show up. There's promotions and all that stuff involved in name recognition. But I can get how it's a predatory practice in some instances, but again, it's not absolute, right? So anyway, not to go on a rant.
No, it's cool.
That's what we do is rant, talk shit.
Exactly.
I'm being very careful to navigate the minefield, because somebody will watch this and I'll get a phone call later and said, "Hey, why'd you say that? Were you talking about me?" And it's like, no, I'm not talking about you. But if the shoe fits, wear that bitch.
Until you have a friendly gangster to float you, you kind of got to do it on your own. That's what I hear.
Right. I'm still waiting for my sugar daddy. But yeah, how exactly do you run your business, Christian?
Well, I mean, I can't get into all the nitty gritty of everything.
Well, of course. I'm just saying, for people that might be interested in trying to do what you do.
I know how to answer that question.
Higher.
So, not to get into the details, but I wear all the hats currently. Like, sure, yes, it would be nice to have a manager and a booking agent and all this stuff, but again, that's money. And, right now it's not to the point where it's too overwhelming to where it's like I can't handle it all. Sure, yes, I would love to have other people to divvy up the responsibility so I can focus more on the creative side and all that stuff. But you got to find that balance between, do I need to pay somebody to do this, or I could just work the extra hour and do this thing and save X amount of dollars? Because you can run into a lot of people, they'll be glad to take your money, but they're not effective at what they do. So it's a balancing act, and you're not always going to get it right. You're going to make mistakes and run into working with, not the correct people and all that stuff, but that's life, right? That's figuring it out. And, just try not to look at it like everybody's out to get me or hold any animosity or bad blood towards anybody. It's just like, hey, we'll try it. And if it doesn't work, all right, see you later. But that's it, just move on. But anyway, that's pretty much how I operate. But going back to what I said earlier, my mentality is just if it makes sense. And when it makes sense, then it makes sense.
And you also hustle. Like, you really do make connections. You've contacted me multiple times. You comment every time I share one of your songs or a post about you. So that part of what you do is very important.
Yeah, engagement and being out there and being approachable and all that stuff. And one of the beauties of social media is it's brought the celebrity and all that, those people that we idolize. It's brought them down to earth, right? It's brought them down to a human, you're right. We do really, girl. We do learn a lot by our mistakes, but it brings them down to a more human level, right? So and this is like any celebrities that I've met or famous musicians or whatever. They're just people. That's how I look at it as. Just like anybody that approaches to me, some people get a little nervous or whatever, and it's like I'm just a guy. I'm just a person. Just talk to me. I'll talk to you. I talk too much.
Thank you for talking.
Oh, sorry, Dave.
Well, I can talk.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good. I was going to say that's a lot of responsibility. Do you ever feel like overwhelmed by all of it?
Sure, at times it can be, especially if it's like a busy day and you're getting a lot. But, I just try to divide up time to do it. But you also need to switch off. So there'll be some times where, I'm not a patient person. So, I kind of get a little peeved if people don't get back to me in a timely manner. But, sometimes, you don't know all the in and outs of everything that's happening in people's personal lives. I obviously have a personal life as well, and things are hectic as of, what's going on now. But you just got to find the balance. And, I just know when to say when. Like, if I've had enough for the day, then I'm just like, all right, I'm done, and I'll reapproach it tomorrow. But it seems to be like when you're human and not trying to play this superficial asshole rock star caricature, and you actually show people that you're a real person, they understand. And what I find with a lot of my fan base and business associates and all that stuff, because they're busy, they have lives, it's, sometimes it slips through the cracks. You might forget to message somebody back or something like that. But, it's just we're all humans. So I think that I have a very good relationship with the people that I interact with, where we have that mutual understanding.
What do you do to take the edge off?
Me? That's a good question. I mean, I'm a bit of a workaholic, so I don't know what a day off is. I'm not a leisure guy. I don't drink or smoke or anything like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I read a lot. So usually I guess maybe to take the edge off is to learn about something new or read, or just maybe be sociable. But yeah, I don't have any hobbies outside of music, unfortunately, guys. I wish I was more interesting.
Oh no, you're good. As it happens to be, we have an author on the panel currently. So there's a new book that you can read whenever you need to take the edge off.
Yes.
Good. Well, I was looking at it. I'll have to check it out, Linda.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is there an audiobook of it?
Yeah, it's on Kindle as well. Kindle and paperback. So
did you read the
you
audiobook?
can pre-order it now. So
Hold on. Did you read the audiobook though?
I haven't, because it's not available until January 23rd.
No, what I mean is, did you voice the audiobook? Is it your voice?
God, no. Oh, no.
Ah, come on, it's your words.
It would have been great.
I need to find somebody that's got a better voice to do.
All right, so to clarify now, because since I was teasing Linda over here about her audiobook and not recording the voice for it, I don't necessarily read. I listen to audiobooks while I'm doing other things. That's how I unwind.
Yeah, makes sense.
Gotcha. But anyway, no, I do read too. It just, I don't know. I like to keep my mind active. Like I said, I'm not a leisure guy. I don't, no offense to anybody, whatever, but my idea of, I mean, I've done it once in a while, but laying out on like a beach for like 8 hours a day, it's like, I'd rather be productive. I mean, I've done it, but to me, it's like, I need to feel like I'm doing something and be productive. Otherwise I get like antsy. That's the best way I can describe it.
That's fair. I feel that on a lot of levels.
And of course,
Absolutely.
music to relax, songwriting, all that stuff. And, but like I said, as it's like it is a job and all that stuff. And I do it to have fun and all that jazz. But, I mean, you need a break from it too.
All right, so we lost Linda. Linda, if you can hear me, just click on your link and come on back.
Oh, no.
Listen, Linda, listen.
Is Jeff sleeping over there?
He's playing Candy Crush while listening, and he's making commentary, but he's not commenting loud enough for us to actually enjoy what he's trying to say.
What level are you in Candy Crush, Jeff?
Don't fucking talk about it. Dude, he started this thing all the time. He's got an addiction. No.
14,200 and something.
Oh, my Lord. Anyway, next question, please.
40-year-old man that has no wife.
Real quick, you're in luck here, Christian. I just found a web page here. I don't know who this is, but there's the book, and it says play right here.
7 seconds. Books Library by Virginia.
This ebook is free. To download this ebook, please click link description.
Oh, it's just an ad. It's just to download the ebook. Oh.
All right, that's Linda coming back there, so let me pull her back.
Hold on, the
up.
ebook is free?
I don't know what happened.
Huh. Why is the ebook free?
I don't think it's free. I don't
That's
know.
what that ad. That's what Rick just pulled up.
Said down.
Really? They better check on that.
That's what I'm saying, Linda. You better get on that.
I know. It's like I've got people to handle that. What are they doing? Selling me out here.
Maybe
No,
it was a
I
free
think it's-
sample.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think
Maybe.
it's probably like a chapter or something for free as like an introduction.
Maybe. Could be. But yeah, I don't have a good voice to do something like that. Not
Oh
anymore.
no, when people tell me that, when they do that, even with singing or whatever, it's like, no, it sounds better and it's more authentic when it's from you because you wrote the words. Like if I read your audiobook in my horrible Rhode Islander accent, it wouldn't have the character that you wrote the book in. So like it's better when it's your own voice. Like, because I like, let's look at Paul Stanley's books, right? He read the first one, but then some other guy read the second one. I can't listen to it because it's like, it's like somebody reading like your monologue in your head. It doesn't make sense to me. There's no connection.
Well, I might look into it. We'll see.
Okay, I want to
it.
put
Do
Linda
it.
at ease. Since we brought that up, I want to put you at ease. I went back to that page, and the free membership was a trial membership for the channel, not for the book.
Okay.
Woo.
Yeah, if it's not too late though, definitely consider doing it. If I were listening to the audio version, I'd much rather hear you.
But
And
Christian, the other problem with that is that you can ask Ricky. He's known me forever. I'm incredibly shy. I mean, yes, I was a groupie. Yes, I was wild. But I
was going to say, you're not shy if you were a groupie.
Painfully shy. It's crazy.
Get a couple cocktails in you to loosen you up.
Maybe
no,
so.
I don't think being shy is an excuse. Do it. Those are your words.
I'll look into it just for you.
It's
Thank
a
you.
special edition by Linda.
Yeah, I'll put like a little note on it that says to Christian.
I would love that.
Thank you.
maybe like a re-release in 6 months or something to kick the sales back in.
Oh my God, wouldn't that be incredible?
See, look at what we're doing. We're having like a panel discussion live on here. We're helping Linda market her book. We're coming up with ideas that make sense. We're not talking about extravagant ideas that, you know what I mean, where people have like all these no, it's just the simple stuff.
Yep.
Read your own book, and I want to listen to it.
They say that to be on the New York Times bestseller list, you have to sell 5,000 books. That's And do you know that they told me, they said that when I was on the number one new release, they said that was pretty rare because 8,000 books a day are published. And
Holy
they said
moly.
that was a big deal that I was on it for like a whole
I would
week.
say.
Yeah.
That's
So
dope.
I was pretty impressed with myself. I was like, yes.
Well, hopefully after tonight, we'll get you back on that list.
Oh my God, that'd be awesome. But you know, it's a lot of Texas stuff. A lot of people from Texas is gonna get a whole lot of it. You know.
Well, that'll get the ball rolling, but even people
Absolutely.
in New York City are going to be interested in what groupies are doing together with bands and juicy stories in Texas.
They've been there since the beginning of time, and they will be there when we're long gone. So,
What do you think, Johnny TV? You're out in LA. Are you excited about getting and reading this book or listening to the audio book? It's called On the Road, a Texas Groupies Memoir. You're on mute. So does that do anything for you out there in LA?
Yeah, I think I was gonna get into it and see what I can read about it and on the road, backstage passes. Yeah,
all the juicy details right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna read it.
There you go.
thank y'all.
So Johnny's out in LA. That's why I asked him. I brought up New York City, but we have people that are watching in the Philippines and Australia and everywhere. So,
wow.
Hey, Arkansas made it. Hello, Arkansas. Good to see you here. Thank you very much for being here and everything you do. Like Arkansas says, everybody right now, please do like this video. If you'll just go like it right now, it'll send the algorithms out and, everybody will come watch this. And then please do subscribe to all the channels, to Christian's channel, to Outlaw Video TV, to X610 Chill, and Against All Odds.
Woo.
Well, Linda, go ahead, David.
I was going to say, Christian, what's an after party at a Christian Shield show? Is it like a bunch of folks playing Trivial Pursuit or something?
Oh, man. Well, it depends. I mean, sometimes like we'll celebrate the victories. We usually, it's pretty tame. I hate to admit that, but it's pretty tame. We usually, the band will probably go. Maybe we'll have some friends or some fans that hang around. Maybe go get some food or something. We haven't done anything too wild. We have some friends up in Amarillo that after we play shows up there, we'll go to their house and just like jam for till 2 or 3 in the morning after we just played. It's just pretty tame. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of like low key. Like after the show, after like exerting all that energy, I like to just, mellow out and wind down. Usually just nice meal and just go to bed.
All right. Well, that gives us two excellent segues to go ahead and play your music video. One is I wanted to ask Linda if she would like to hear your music since you've been so kind about checking out her book.
I would love to hear his music.
But then also this will give you all an idea of how tame these after parties actually are. Okay, here we go. The song is called Raise 'Em Up. How about that? Congratulations, Christian, and thank you for that good time rock and roll.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Your exuberance is infectious.
Well, thank you. Okay.
How many of those girls were, how many of those girls were groupies and which ones were girlfriends?
That's classified information. That's classified
information. Yeah.
Yes, classified information. Linda. I can't reveal my secrets.
That's for somebody's book down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't give everything away. I've already got to, everybody writes a book, right, during their career. So I gotta think. Remember I talked about the future? I got to think like, when I'm 70, so like, 40 years from now, I got to think of, everything I'm going to put in the book, and I got to tell all the wild behind the scenes stories.
Yep.
What would the title of the book be?
Oh, man.
Raise them
I don't
up.
know.
Raise them up.
No, because I wouldn't say raise them up because there's a ton of, I have a bunch of, I have quite a bit of material, so I don't know. Like I said, that again, that's way in the future. Who knows?
Jeff, what would be a good title for Christian's book?
I don't know.
Okay then.
I've got nothing. I've had too many. But I'm
I got
raising them
nothing
up.
either, guys. I don't know. I don't even know what I would call my own book. I have no idea.
Linda, you got another title suggestion?
Oh, I think I'd have to meet him and go to the show, and then I bet you I could come up with something.
Bet you could.
I was gonna say she'd come up with something after she came backstage with me.
No, whoa, no way. I'm married.
I gotta be careful. I gotta be careful. My girlfriend might be watching. So
actually, I know my husband's watching.
It's all good fun. Just all good fun.
It's all good fun.
30 plus years to the same dude. So, and he's not in a band, never has been.
Well,
See, Ricky, we're making connections right and left.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I don't want to piss my girlfriend off. She's amazing, and I love her to death, and she's super sweet, and she prefers to be a little bit. She prefers to be out of the limelight because
always when
she's shy, she's more reserved than I am. She just. She's the one that's standing behind me and encouraging me. So she plays a pivotal role. She's just behind the scenes.
So
shout out to your awesome girlfriend.
Put me on the list. Put Linda +1.
I could.
Okay.
So you let me know when you're coming down.
Okay. Well, absolutely will.
I'll give you my phone number so you can hit me up directly.
Okay. Sounds great.
I give everybody my phone number. You'd be surprised with all the times I get out my phone number, probably, 1,000+ times now. My phone, nobody hits me up, so I don't know.
Yeah.
She's going to have to be down in Austin hawking her new book soon, so this might actually happen.
Ricky's
you mentioned that, but maybe if she's at like one of the shows here at one of the venues, I don't know if maybe they would let her at some of the like maybe a come and take it or something for one of the shows, if they would let her maybe have something there.
Oh,
just call her your announcer. Say she's going to announce the band.
Right?
Again,
she can get up there. She can get up there and be like, "Let's get ready to rumble.
Let's get ready to raise them up." No, I don't. Look, I don't rule anything out. Again, I'm going to say this. I have a habit of repeating myself. It annoys a lot of people, but I always like to say that, if it makes sense, we'll do it. Why not?
Sounds good.
There's no rules. Zero rules. Anybody that tells you have to do it one way or another, well, you got to make your own way. Because like I said earlier, what works for you and what works for me it's two different things. It's not, I get a little how do I word this? I get a little not grossed out, that's the wrong word, but I get a little like when you get a lot of managers that manage famous bands, and then they're selling consultations on the side and all that. It's like you're not, you're leaving a lot of stuff out. Like, let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
You talking about therapy?
Huh?
You talking about you get rock star therapy?
Well, the business consultations, sure, you can get rock star therapy, but yeah, I don't know. There's a difference between a consultation and actually working with somebody, as I would say. But anyway.
All right. Well, speaking of rock and roll therapy and making connections, I asked you about this briefly the last time you were on, but do you know who this chick is right here? Kayla Kent?
I do not, unfortunately.
She's in Austin, and you might look her up if for no other reason. She contributed lead guitar on one of my recorded songs. She's a real friendly person that just enjoys music and, collaborating. And she's right there in Austin, and you're right there in Austin. She's known as the Pantera, like Dimebag Darrell. She's been in Guitar World, all the guitar magazines. She's no bullshit. And you, sir, if you ever fancy just playing around with the idea of doing a tribute to Pantera, you would make an excellent Terry Glaze. So you could work with her on playing some of the old what they call glam Pantera.
Oh yeah, see, everybody forgets that about Pantera. They had 4 records before Cowboys from Hell, and it was super glam rock.
All fucking awesome. Now I don't call them glam. That kind of takes me sideways, but they are great fucking records.
Yeah, Rick, I haven't listened to them in a while. You're gonna make me now over the next couple days go back and do a deep dive back into those records because they can. It's. But anyway, hey. If you want to put us in touch.
We grew up on that stuff. This chick right here, Linda, and myself, and all of us old headbangers, we grew up on it. And here's the funny thing, is none of us ever called it glam anything back then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't like these. Some of these labels are silly. It's just a way to compartmentalize things and make it easier to understand. Anyway, but yeah, no, if you want to put us in touch, Rick, I'd be down. If you want to,
sure,
I'm always down to network. Huh?
I will send you her email and send her your email.
You can give her my phone number too.
She probably won't call.
We text.
Just playing, man.
I'm not saying like
earlier.
That.
You had said earlier that you give out your number and nobody calls, so I was just adding to.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Are there any other musicians in Austin that you've gotten to know or that you collaborate with?
I mean, I know quite a few people down here. I haven't really collaborated with anybody outside of. Well, actually, spoiler alert: I'm going to be collaborating with somebody coming up here in April, but I'm not going to reveal it until it happens. In the event that schedules change or something falls through, because I don't want to end up with my foot in my mouth. This is why I always crack the joke when you see bands say big things coming or whatever, and then it's kind of a nothing burger. It's like, look, I'm not trying to whatever, but I don't like to say things until they happen. Or
I've got here schedule Christian for April. Got it.
Well, I mean, that's there's going to be nothing public. I'm just saying that I have a project coming up in April, allegedly, that won't be publicly announced until after the fact. But as far as
we hope that you'll come back on, blow your brains out to inform your vast audience.
Sure, I'll definitely come back. I'll just say that. Yeah. Anyway, I'll leave it at that.
Cool.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We got to help you compile your list for your book, man.
Yep, that's true. That's true. I need to. Well, I guess I should start writing right now.
We need to come up with titles for the chapters.
You could do a play on words. You could do Christian's Kiss and Tell because he loves Kiss. I don't know.
Oh, that's kind of good. That's kind of good.
Or Kiss and Tell with Christian. I don't know. Play on words.
I don't know. I'd have to. I think if I was going to do a book title, I would have to really think about a phrase or something that has been really personable to me through my career, like something that would make sense when you piece it all together. And I think all the chapters would have to be, again, it would have to boil down to like a phrase or, a word that just summarizes all the events henceforth. So, but again, I'm not in that headspace right now. I don't know. But, that's what I was going to say to finish my point about the collaboration. I will collaborate with people. It's just, has it happened as often as most people would expect? No. Because, people, I think, mistake collaboration with jamming with people. Those are two different things.
Yeah, it's 2024, and I wouldn't have brought it up like that if, she collaborated with me on one of my songs and was a champ about it.
Yeah, I mean, collaboration is actually like writing a song with the project and all that. I mean, if you're just jamming and putting something, I mean, that's fine too. I'm not a jammer. I like to write.
I wrote and recorded the song and sent it to her, and she did the lead.
That is a collaboration. That is a collaboration, not a jam. Yes.
Like, would you like to jam or collaborate on anything that is out of your box, out of your pocket?
Absolutely. We have a saying in the music business that this friggin' light keeps turning off here. We have a saying in this music business of you want to sleep around with all different genres of music, because then you get to experience all the different genres, and then you can mix them all together. And that's how you come up with some really cool rhythms and stuff like that. Some of the biggest hits that we know from some of our favorite rock bands. I mean, one example I can think of is Rocket by Def Leppard. If you remember Joe Elliott talking, he said that where they came up with that like shuffle drums in the beginning is they heard like a Native American song and dance type thing. If I'm speaking incorrectly about it, I apologize. I'm just trying to remember off the top of my head.
He probably said Rick Allen's programming everything anyway, so why not?
But that's where he got the inspiration for that. I've got the inspiration. Like I wrote a country song. I heard a country song, and then I heard like a melody or something in there, and then I just whatever. So, but I made it a little bit more rock and roll. So I just say, yeah. I mean, you want to do that to expand your musical vocabulary. Now, I'm not talking like sitting in like a book and learning all music theory and stuff. Sure, that's fine too, but that's like a very structured thing. I like the exploration element because then it's more organic what you come up with.
Linda, are you a fan of the musical collaboration?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, because you're bringing their fans in with your fans, and you just bring in a bigger audience every time you do something like that.
Yeah.
Well, plus there was no one around here that could play the lead on my song like Kayla Kent could. So I was very fortunate. If you get a chance, listen to it. You'll see what I'm talking about.
And now you've got this whole audience that's going to check her out now. So you just did her a favor. So collaboration, that's what it's all about. Is you help each other out. You expose yourself to new people. As many as you can.
There was a fantastic collaboration between David Allan Coe and the guys from Pantera called Rebel Meets Rebel, which unfortunately a lot of people are unaware of it, but that was a fantastic album that kind of got slept on, and that's unfortunate.
Well, speaking of collaboration here, let's go ahead and get ready to play one more song by Christian Shields. And Christian, I tell you what, while we're playing this, you can think of your question or two to ask Linda when we get back. And we'll ask Linda a whole bunch of questions and hopefully hear some juicy details about her book coming out. Sound good?
Yeah, I got one already.
Okay, this is my other favorite song. It's called Off the Track. I love it. You will too. Christian Shields.
Time to waste it, days passing by. I'm living fast till the day that I die. Go ahead and call my bluff. I'll tell I'm not gonna take your advice. Go ahead, I wish you well. I got a one-way ticket going straight to hell. Running like a freight train up the track. Yeah, 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 yeah. The way I see it, there ain't no looking back. No stopping today. I'm going off the track. I'm here to say I'm not looking back. I'm going inside. I'm going off the track. Yeah. Running like a freight train up the track. The way I see it, there ain't no looking back. Running like a freight train up the track. Yeah. The way I see it, there ain't no looking back. No stopping today. I'm going off the track. I'm not looking back. I'm going inside. I'm going off the track. I'm going off the track.
Very nice. Very impressed.
Very cool.
Oh,
Oh,
when you
dude.
have a show in DFW again, make sure you let us know so we can promote it and we all come out and have a good time jamming those
Absolutely.
tunes.
I believe. Let me
yeah.
see. I believe I gave Rick my phone number. Let me see.
Email?
No, I have your phone number, so I can let you know.
Okay, cool deal.
Cool. Hey,
you
Ricky,
said I was gonna-
give me.
Go ahead, Dave Jarvis. While you're talking, I'm going to bring up the chats real quick. We got Shelly Ray. Good to see Shelly in the chats. Shelly makes the best shorts every morning if y'all want to check out her shorts. And thank you, Arkansas, for tagging everybody. We got Johnny Yarborough there. We got my Cash App if you want to help pay for the show. I pay $25 a month for the StreamYard. Trying to get 500. Go over to Arkansas and subscribe over there. Let's get her up to 500. And
choo.
That's it. Thank you. What's up, Dave Jarvis?
No, I was just gonna say, since you've got his number, let me have his number because I've got a track that. I like collaborating, especially transcontinentally.
How about this? I'll do this. So my number, for those that are listening, 737-288-9846. Text me. All right? And I'll say it again. 737-288-9846. First and last name and the city you live in, please. That's all I ask. So one more time, that is 737-288-9846. And I can give it to you guys again afterwards. But
yeah,
if you want
didn't write it down, David, I've got it written down. I'll send it to you. And bro, that's complimentary. David Jarvis is like a music recording beast, and your vocals are fucking classic, dude. That is, you know, it makes my balls strain listening, man, and I love it.
I try, and since you guys were saying we're going to segue over to Linda, then you wanted me to ask the first question.
Thank you.
So I got a good one.
Okay.
I got to know who was the best.
Oh my God.
Since we're going off the track, right? We're taking a little segue. Who was the best?
Good question. Okay. It'd have to be Ian Gillan from Deep Purple.
Wow, fucking A.
Why?
No.
Why?
My husband's watching. Okay. He said
Give us just a little.
He
Go
said
ahead.
I had the most amazing tits he's ever seen.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, that's juicy.
Yep. So
Now
but
read
yeah.
the book to get the rest of the Ian Gillan story. Is there one more thing about Ian Gillan you can tell us?
He's a nudist.
Hey, that's true.
Yes, he is.
He's also a weed smoker, and I know that firsthand because I smoked weed with him on stage on the Black Sabbath Born Again tour, and probably in your book.
Yeah, there's some stuff in there.
Smoking weed in the nude. That's how I want to go.
No, we were
With Ian Gillan.
drinking champagne and eating pate on the balcony. Which don't ever eat pate because it sucks.
It looks like
Pad is
cactus.
delicious.
Well, I'm glad to hear that because Ian Gillan is one of my very top favorite singers, and I believe one of the most overlooked singers.
Do you know that when I was a little girl, I used to love listening to the soundtrack, Jesus Christ Superstar.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until just a few years ago that I found out that he is the one singing on that album.
It's true.
Yes. I was shocked. I was like, oh my gosh. See, I was connected to Ian Gillan even when I was like 7 years old. So.
Okay, who is number 2?
No, we're not doing this. My husband is watching.
How does one become a groupie? That's
Gosh.
very
I
basic
think that,
question.
Do you have advice for the young ladies in 2024?
oh gosh. Yes, I do.
Don't do it.
No, there's no regrets. There's no regrets at all. If you do it right and you're a good person, you can make friends for a lifetime. You know, I'm still in touch with so many people that I used to know. And, you know, I'm very proud about that they've stayed in touch with me all these years. You know, like Lemmy. I mean, I loved him with all my heart.
Wow.
You know, and gosh, it had been.
That would be Motorhead, Lemmy, for the record, everyone listening. Let me kind of refresh everybody here. This is Linda Chadwick. She has a brand new book coming out January the 23rd called On the Road, a Texas Groupies Memoir. So y'all in the chats, get your questions in now.
Is it true Lemmy drank that much whiskey? I think it was like, what, a bottle in the morning?
You know it's true. I mean, yeah, and he used to mix this, he'd get a milk jug and he would mix orange juice with Jack Daniels and then some other stuff, and he called it Lemmy juice, okay? And we were driving.
Not to be confused with Michael Jackson's Jesus Juice.
No, but we were driving to the Ritz to go play pool, and he was shoving that in my face while I'm trying to drive, and he was like, you've got to drink the Lemmy juice, you've got to drink the Lemmy juice. But yeah, Lemmy was a huge Jack Daniels drinker, and they used to deliver it to his tour bus literally with a what do you call it, dolly, and it would just be stacked, and when they ran out, they found it was brought to them, and they loaded it on the bus. Lemmy was a huge drinker.
That's some hand clapping for Lemmy right there.
God rest
All right.
his soul.
All right, in the comments real quick, Arkansas has a question. Is there a such thing as an old cougar groupie?
Absolutely. I mean, you know, there's groupies. Like I said, I mean, everybody's a groupie. I think everybody's a groupie to something. You know, I just so happen to like the boys that played in the bands, music. You know, and you said something about my advice to groupies. You know, like the music, like the words, like the music that's being put forth. Don't just like the dude in the band. You know, enjoy their music and what they're producing and what they're bringing to you. So many of the girls, they're just like, they scan the dude. Oh, that one's cute. I want him. You know, that's not how you do it. That's not a real groupie. That's called a whore. You know, yeah, you just want to, you know, fuck around. Excuse my language. But you've got to love the music and what they're doing. It's got to touch you inside. And when it touches you in your heart, then you're a real groupie.
I like that.
Were there
Yep.
were there any artists that you hung out with that turned out to be way more complicated than you gave them credit for?
Oh gosh, yeah. Um, like I said, Metallica. I mean, other than Cliff, the rest of them were, excuse me, they were pricks. Every last one. Kirk was not. I take that back. Kirk
Kurt's a
was wonderful.
sweetheart.
Yes, he was wonderful.
Do you
Sweet as
remember
he
this
could
phrase? Got
and
nothing to lose but brain cells?
yeah, and he's still sweet as he could be, and Cliff was, but Lars and James. Now I would go as far away from them as I possibly could, just so I wouldn't have to listen to them. And they were rude. They never had anything nice to say to anyone.
Well, our friend Rick has nothing but nice things to say about you. Is he in the book by chance?
What?
Who?
Ricky?
Oh, my Ricky? Yes. My Ricky is in the book. He most definitely is in the book. He was our baby. He was our baby boy. We had this apartment in Arlington. That's where me and my two girlfriends, where we moved. And it was centrally located. So it was perfect to get to Dallas, to Fort Worth, wherever we wanted to go. And Ricky was a very young boy back then. And he would come by our apartment and crash. We never understood why, but he would come to the house barefoot, and he would go over and sit down on the staircase, and he would fall asleep for like 12 hours. And we would just step over him, cover him up, and take care of him. We'd feed him. And, Ricky, it wasn't until I talked to you here about several months ago that you told me that most of that time you were a homeless guy, walking the streets, just a young boy with nowhere to go. But you told me that the love that we gave you in opening our arms and taking you in was some of the best memories of your life. And I adored you.
It's true. Thank you very much, Linda. It was a good time and so cool to see you now and being able to share this time together with your book coming out. It's pretty kick-ass.
I'm excited about it. I mean, it took a lot of nerve to do this because, like I said, I've been married 30 plus years, and he wasn't exactly totally thrilled that that's what my past was about, until I think that the turnaround was when I introduced him to Daryl. We were at SOD.
That would be Dimebag Daryl Abbott for the record.
Sorry, he's Daryl to me. I know he's Dimebag to everybody else, but
he's Dime to me. So he's multiple people. But I wanted everybody listening to know you're talking about Dimebag Daryl Abbott.
Thank you. Yes, Dimebag Daryl. But we were at the SOD show, and Daryl and that chick showed up, and I'm not allowed to call her by name or anything, but she's that chick. Showed up. I took Doug, introduced Doug, and he grabbed Doug, my husband, and took him to the bar. And he bought Doug a shot. And he turned around to Doug, and real seriously, he said, "You got the gold." He said, "You got the gold that all of us wanted." But he said, "You got her." And Doug was like, "Dude, that's pretty cool," So Doug it never bothered him much after that. Once he heard Daryl say that to him.
Wow, I love that. That just gave me major chills.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
Yeah. And that's
way
something
to go, Dime.
Yeah, you've got to know Dime to know that that's the type of person he was. Just very sweet and personable to everybody. It didn't matter who you were. He was going to be friends with you, no matter what. So
take us through the process from the beginning. Like, where did the germ of this book idea come from?
Oh, that's a good question. When I was a younger girl, I would say in my late teens, early 20s, a few of my friends and I were going to put together a little street magazine. and we were, we wanted it to be huge, and we named it On the Road. And we worked so hard on that thing and putting it together. We had done so many killer interviews with so many people, pictures. And then when we took the package to the printer, and you've got to understand, this was back, in like the not mid 80s, it was in the early 80s. The printing on it was like $3,000. Well, I mean, we just had like mall jobs and stuff like that. And there was no way. We asked our parents and they were like, yeah, right, that's going to happen, So we never did get to print it. It never did get to see the street like we wanted it to. So I paid homage to our little street magazine and I named it On the Road to like I said, pay homage to it and its demise. That never made it. But that's how On the Road came about. So
The title.
Yes, sir.
And so you were just sitting around and you were like, you know what? I should write a book. Or did other people pressure to it?
Yeah, sort of. Okay, so long story short, my husband and I are retired and we're getting ready to move to Costa Rica. So we've been going through the house and getting rid of all of this crap that we didn't know that we had accumulated over 30 plus years. So you can imagine. And I pulled out of the closet. Oh my God, there's my baby.
Here's the lucky man with the gold right here.
Yeah. And pulled this huge box that I had out of the closet, and it's full of my memorabilia. I mean, you just have no idea everything that was in that box. All of my backstage passes, flyers. I mean, it was crazy. So I thought to myself, I said, you know what? I said, I'm not taking this to Costa Rica. And I'm not going to pass it down to my kids, because then my daughter, when she had a kid, or both of my children, when they have children, they're going to have to explain that their grandmother was a slut, and I didn't want that to happen, so I didn't want that explanation to be passed down throughout history that your grandmother was a slut. So I sold it all. I put it on eBay. And Jeff Dennis, the Godfather, he bought a whole bunch of stuff. Michael Insante, the photographer, he bought a whole bunch. And I think that I think I made about $12,000 off of it.
Wow. Awesome.
A guitar pick for Daryl went for like $1,200.
Wow.
So, and Ricky, I had a ton of stuff like that. Daryl used to grab them, would shove them down your shirt, picks. So I sold everything. So now my grandchildren are not ever going to know that their grandmother was a slut.
Was it one of those Pantera rocks picks?
Yeah. Well, it said one of them was Rex's. It was Rex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll. I think, what was Daryl's? Dime was one. And oh gosh, Ricky, I can't even remember what some of them said.
I was just wondering about the one that sold for $1,200.
Oh, I think it was Daryl's, and I think it just said Dime Bag Daryl on it.
Wow, cool.
Yeah, they were pink and red. So
I'm just happy that you were able to sell that and do something with it. That's so cool.
It hurt, getting rid of all of it, because that was a big part of my life. And I drug that thing everywhere I went, every place I moved. Here come that box. So it's, like attached to my leg, and I've been dragging it through the years, But it just comes a point, that you just got to let some things go,
Well, it was worth it for you to drag it through the years. I hope a lot of those pictures ended up in your book. And I say that as a free spirit, I never kept up with anything. My life is littered with like priceless, valuable memorabilia that I can't prove I was there.
Oh no. Yeah.
I've only got a couple of pictures. That's it.
Oh, that's sad, Ricky, because you were there through every.
Well, I've got this one right here. This is
Oh, that's amazing.
yeah, and there's a good story behind it. And I've got this kind of stuff, but
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. That I can tell a funny story about Daryl, and I know that you're going to know about this.
Love it.
We were really close friends and stuff. I mean,
Mhm.
we got a little romantic there for a while, but there was really only one person for Daryl, and we all know who it is. It's that chick, which I can't say her name anymore. But she oh God, where was I going with that? I'm so old.
You were gonna tell a Daryl story.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. But we would hang out, the enormous amount of people that would always be hanging out at Daryl's house.
Yeah,
It
the
was
house was full constantly. You very rarely got to be around Daryl
Yeah.
by himself.
Yeah, and I did, but I remember one time that we were laying in there. No, I think Header might have been there. Gary Hedrick, I think he was there. But we were laying there, and all of a sudden, Daryl does this loogie thing where I can't do it. It's like it's snot out of their nostrils, like
Yeah.
sucking. It's a horrible sound. And I'm laying there, and I kind of turn and look at him, and all of a
On the
sudden,
wall.
he takes this deep breath and goes like that. And you would have on the wall, on the ceiling, and the more that I squealed and grossed out about it, the more he did it. And I was just like, oh my God, what does your mother say? Oh, she don't care. She don't care. And she didn't.
Oh,
I asked her one time, I said, how do you put up with all this, Carolyn? And she said, oh, I just want the boys to have a good time. But as a mom, oh my God, I think I would have killed my kids if they were spitting loogies. But that wall, some of those pictures, you can tell if you, kind of zoom in on them a little bit, you can see them all dried and stuck to the walls.
bleh.
With more than just loogies, I'm here to tell you about it.
Oh, yeah. See, I wasn't around for those kind of shots.
Yeah, nice shot. Yeah, but Carolyn was super. Like, really, you couldn't go to the Pantera house, which was Diamond Vinny's house. I guess Rex sleeping on the couch. But without the house being full of people. And Carolyn was just as sweet as she could be.
Oh, she'd be
always.
in the kitchen making like these huge, like just those big tin pan fulls of casseroles and food, and she would be doing it all the time. I went in there several times and was helping her. She was like, "Oh, go and have a good time. I can handle this."
Yeah.
I just always felt guilty. I was just like, "Oh my God," But when you think back, she was probably having the time of her life too, with all those kids and getting to feed them all and take care of them all. That's a blast,
Yep, I agree. She was. All right. So what about, anybody else you want to tell us about? Maybe a little juicy story about one of your other
Paradise.
favorite bands?
I had so many favorite bands. Music was my life, and I like I said, connecting with the music is the most important thing that you can do for any band. And against all odds, I mean, you've got to believe that too. When you have your fans and they come up to you and they start telling you, oh my God, your lyrics on this song and just the way that the music was played affected me so much.
They do.
That is a compliment.
Yeah.
And that's what you want to do. But there was just a vast amount of fun times. But I'm going to tell you another Pantera story.
Okay.
Ricky, you might have been there. I don't know.
Probably.
I can't remember a lot of who were in a lot of different places. But do you remember going with Daryl and Vinny and Rex? And there was some other people there, which I don't remember who. We went to Mercado Juarez, and it's a big Mexican restaurant, really cool. And they've got the mariachi bands that have those like belly type guitars, where they have to hold them out and play them.
Mercado Juarez.
Yeah. And we were all sitting at the table, and of course you couldn't go anywhere without them, without it being loud and boisterous, and just, you made a scene when you were with all of them. And so these guys, they noticed Daryl and all of them, and of course you couldn't not miss him, but they came over, and in like Spanish, they're singing "I Can't Get No Satisfaction" on these guitars, and was like, "I can't get no," and Daryl, he got up and he was just like, "Oh my God, it's so fucking great!" And he was like, "Here, come here," and he took that big guitar and he got up and he was jamming with them. I mean, this is in the middle of a big restaurant, but everybody, he just pulled in everybody in that whole restaurant, and we were laughing, and those Mexican dudes, that were playing the Marriott, they were just having the time of life. And I did not have a camera that day, and that breaks my heart that I couldn't get some of that on film, but it was just amazing. I don't remember who all was there, but whoever was there had the time of their lives, because I did.
It sounds familiar. It really does. But I've forgotten a lot. I've raised children and everything else since then, so I have definitely forgotten a lot of those times. And just remember.
Writing the book, throughout the years, I've always been really good about keeping diaries and journals, and even sometimes it would just be a piece of paper that I ripped off and wrote a memory down on, and I would throw them in a big box. And and that's the writer in me, because I've always been that way. And I knew someday that I would do something with it, So, I had to sit down and I had to lay all of this stuff out and put it all back together. And a few people, I would call them or I would write them on Facebook, and I'd say, "I remember this, but I can't remember what happened after that." Of course, alcohol was involved, not to mention drugs, pot mostly back then,
The good stuff.
The good stuff. But, we got into some of the harder stuff, and that was what made me eventually decide to go home and stop and be a good girl, because I was killing myself with speed and cocaine. So that was the deciding factor, which made me go home. Don't do drugs. Drugs are bad. They mess you up.
Your Lemmy story was off the hook. So cool. So is the Ian Gillan story.
Just feeding you Lemmy juice.
Oh my
Take
God.
the lemon juice.
I hit a dadgum pothole that was probably the size of a Great Lake. And my little Dodge Colt car, Ricky, you remember this car?
I do remember this car.
This car was just amazing. But I thought, oh my God, I'm fixing to kill Lemmy Killmaster. Of all of my friends, and they're all going to hate me, because I'm gonna kill him, because he's sitting there while I'm trying to drive, and I'm going, and he's feeding me lemon juice. So, and like I said, I didn't know everything that damn thing. I don't know what it was, but that's some good shit, though.
Yeah.
But I got another story for you, Dio.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. Me and Debbie and Lenise, we were.
This is the trio, yo. Rest in peace, Debbie.
Yeah. No, rest in peace, Lenise.
Lenise, sorry.
Yes, Debbie's still alive. She's a business person now, and like this super student. She's got so many degrees, and she went on and she really did a lot with her life. So
you could tell that she would. Y'all were all unique, amazing people.
Well, and I was the shy one, believe it or not. I really, really was. But anyway, so we had decided that we wanted to meet Dio. We had heard they were in town. So we decided to get all gussied up, and head out on the search. And we found the Greenleaf Hotel, which was right on I-30, and went up to the bar. And we did our usual little scoping out stuff. And we got to talking with the waitress, and we told him, has the band been up here yet? And we were just fishing. And she said, oh, yeah, they did and everything, but they went to go eat at this restaurant over in Dallas called Radcliffe's. And I was like, we were going, okay. And so we left. And that, of course, that's the first place we went. We didn't know this was like a 5-star restaurant, and here we're dressed in mini skirts and,
high heels,
80s, silly little groupies. And we told the guy, the maitre d' or whatever he was with the little towel on his arm, we said, there's a bandstand, that's eating here, and we're friends with them. Can you set us where we can see them, and they can see us? And the guy said, oh, yeah, sure, I've got a table. Come on,
Awesome.
Took us over, set us down, and, they got to looking over, and they started noticing us. So we decided to send over a bottle of champagne, Dom Perignon, by the way, spare no expense.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just a second that the guy come over and he said, the band over there would like you to come and join them. So we did. And I was sitting at the end of the table next to Vivian, which was one of my biggest loves back then.
That's right. And, Vivian Campbell was an amazing guitarist with Dio.
He was my biggest love back then. But anyway, so Ronnie goes, honey, he goes, how old are you? And I said, I'm 21. And he was like, can I see your ID? And I was sitting there and I thought, okay, shit, somebody's gotten in trouble, And I looked at Vivian and he was like, and so I had to pass my ID all the way down to the end of the table. And Ronnie's like looking at it, making sure. He goes, wow, you really are 21. I would have never believed that because I looked really young back then. And, but still yeah. Do. And do you know that it had been, Lemmy had got us backstage at that, what was that show that they did? I think it was the Starplex where Lemmy, Dio, Iron Maiden, whole bunch of them together. But we went to that show. Lemmy had got me passes and tickets. So I went. And do you know that we walked in the backstage area and Ronnie looked up at me and goes, it had been like nearly 35 years. And he looked up and said, Linda? And I just went, wow. Oh my God. And I ran over and we were just like hugging each other. And he fell in love with my husband. He wanted to take my husband on the road for what do you call it? Like a big security guard type guy to guard him.
Yeah.
Ronnie, if you can see, Ricky, if you can see that picture on Facebook of my husband standing next to Ronnie, it is hilarious because my husband's a bodybuilder and Ronnie's like all of 5 foot tall. My husband's like 6'4", and it was the cutest picture because Ronnie looks like he is in hog heaven, letting my husband hug him. But I couldn't believe over 35 years that man, he smokes more pot than anybody I have ever met.
Good to hear.
I like him already.
Oh my God, I've never seen anybody smoke that much. And I thought, and he has a good memory? No. I have trouble remembering what I did last week, much less 35 years ago, But yeah,
rest in peace, Ronnie James Dio.
Yeah, Ronnie James Dio was probably one of the most nicest people ever. I mean, unbelievable person, inside and out.
How far down is it in your pictures? I'm over here looking. It's
probably down toward the very end.
That's what I figured. So
yeah, down
give me a minute and I'll get there.
Yeah, down toward the very end, and it's just. Let me see if I can find it.
It's crazy. A lot of these are Polaroids that you scanned in.
I know, because I tried to have a camera everywhere I went, But man, there's so many times that I didn't. And it breaks my heart because some of them were the best memories that you could ever imagine.
Well, that was an excellent story about Ronnie James Dio for any of these young ladies looking to hook up with their favorite bands. It's not just as easy as walking up and saying hi.
No.
You three, it took three very sexy young ladies to be very, dedicated to the process and
Right.
even cost you some money. So
Yeah, I mean, we traveled. We followed Quiet Riot, White Snake, and Helix. They loved us so much. They wanted us to actually leave with them on a bus, but that was always a no-no. I always never wanted to do that because I didn't want to get somewhere and then not have a way home. So we
Right.
told them, we'll come, but we're going to take my little Dodge Colt, and follow behind y'all, and we'll go. But
bang your head.
yeah, we went to Amarillo and we partied with them. It was one of the funnest shows I've ever seen in my life. It was the end of the tour, plus it was Kevin DuBro's birthday. Frankie Bonelli got so drunk
Rest in peace.
he fell off the drum kit, and their manager John Vaslow had to get up and finish the concert. Frankie Bonelli was laying there to the side of the drum set, totally wiped out.
Wow.
They ran naked across the stage. Let's see, who was it? Helix. They ran across the stage and mooned Quiet Riot, and so everybody got to see that, and White Snake did the cream pies where they ran on the stage and threw cream pies at everybody. And White Snake hired a stripper to strip down in front of Kevin on stage. So that was like one of the craziest shows I've ever seen in my life.
So that's what a multi-platinum record will get for you. A drunken drummer that is passed out and cannot play. Love it.
Yeah. And that there was a Van Halen incident,
Yeah, a Van Halen incident.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We became a part of the motif of the party. It was their very first tour where they came through, and we were there, and not even the show hadn't even started yet. The opening acts had happened, but all of a sudden we have this dude come to us, and he said, "You three," he said, "come with me." And we're like, oh my God, so this had happened a lot. So we went backstage, and we're hoarded through the halls, and they put us in this room, and they shut the door, and we turn around, and there's maybe 6 other girls standing there, and we don't know what's going on. And the show starts, and we're thinking, my God, we're missing the damn show, Of course, we didn't pay for any tickets or anything, so it didn't matter. But yeah, we didn't pay for nothing. We always had comp tickets. But you could just hear the vibrating walls, and we're getting scared. We're thinking, what's going to happen to us? And all of a sudden, David Lee Ross, clothing designer, her name was Fleur, and she comes bursting in the room with some assistants with scissors, tape measures, and a huge box of Mexican dresses. So they start taking the scissors, and they're like, take your clothes off. And we are all standing there in our panties and bras, and she's designing Mexican dresses. Poor Lenice, all she ended up with was pieces of a Mexican dress. She had something tied around right here and something that barely covered her, her back, her body, and, her bottom. And so we're still thinking, what the hell is happening? So the concert's over. We missed the whole show. But then we're escorted down to this huge room where Van Halen is, and there's a huge Mexican party. They've got a pool table long, full of Mexican food. There's mariachi bands. There's a bowl of M&Ms with no brown M&Ms in them. And yeah, and so all we had to do was walk around and look cute in our little cut up Mexican dresses. I still have the pieces of mine.
Wow.
But yeah, that was it. That was I thought, my God, we're a motif. We're groupie motifs now. But what a story. But we missed the whole show.
I'm not gonna lie. The more you talk, the more I'm in love. You're a fantastic guest. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm just a good old Southern girl, and I love to tell all the fun stories. And that anybody reading my book will learn that I'm more of a storyteller than a writer. I like to tell all the good stories and let everybody know how much fun life can be. Groupie's not a bad word. It's not a 4-letter word. And I'm
Okay,
just
here's a young Linda Chadwick here. I haven't been able to find the Dio picture yet. I came close, but I found this, and I wanted everyone to see just how gorgeous you are then and now.
Yep,
So I found this one.
There's my Viv, and that's Michael. That's the photographer right there in the picture.
That's Michael Enchulaste right there.
Yes, it is. He
Damn
doesn't have his
magazine.
little gray spot yet. He's a young guy there. But
I remember that picture.
Yeah, and me and Vivian, we were just like, we were inseparable there for a little while. But probably the only one that ever broke my heart.
Hey, I'm on record as stating that Vivian Campbell for those 2 records was right up there with,
oh my God.
Really close to Eddie Van Halen, right up there with Randy Rhoads. I mean, those 2 records are some of the best fucking heavy metal guitar playing ever.
I agree. Not just because I'm partial, but I do agree with you. But, and I do want to thank my husband because he's not going to read the book, but, he agreed, that, yeah, we should do this. We should write the book. And I wanted my memories to be just down so everybody could, I could share them with everybody and they wouldn't just go away, when I die or something, they'd just go away, and I don't want that to happen because not only it just tells about what a fun life, that somebody can have, just being a regular person, but it also focuses on the guys too and how genuine that they all were. This was in a time where there'll never be another time like what we had, and it was just it was the whole era of the big, stadium bands. That was probably the last decade that we had, for the big stadium shows and all, but it was just an experience. But yeah, I owe a lot to that man right there.
Yeah, thank you very much for putting up with us all tonight and what you're going to go through over the next year when this book skyrockets and everybody in the world wants to know about these juicy stories. Reading the book and Christian Steele's case, the audio book. Real quick, thank you, Johnny Yarborough, for the $5 super sticker. Yes, Dave.
Where is this book available and when?
It's going to be available everywhere, but the best places, you can just go to Amazon and order it, and they'll bring it right to your door. Barnes and Noble, it's going to be out there. My promo people are on the 15th. They're starting their big push, to take care of it. So, but yeah, it's going to be all over. And get it and get the book so you can actually hold it in your hand and save it forever and pass it down to your kids.
Nice advice. Well, here it is on Barnes and Nobles.
What? Put your chips on your sandwich.
What?
Definitely. Yeah. I'm definitely ordering that. You said January 23rd?
January 23rd, and I'm trying to put together a little book release party, but I haven't been able to pull that together yet because of everything that's been happening, with the mother-in-law and all of that. So, but hopefully I can pull that together, and then anybody that wants to come can come and enjoy it with me. I'll have 100 books on hand that you can actually buy the book, right there from me. if I can get it all pulled together.
If you're in town, I have an idea here. If you're in town March the 2nd, we're having a free show at Diamond Gems, and I'd love to have you come, talk about your book on stage between bands and have a place set up where people can purchase those books.
But I'm really shy, and that would involve me getting up in front of people.
David will hold your hand.
Okay.
Hey, here's the book on Amazon too, by the way. So everybody, you can buy the book or pre-order the book now on Amazon. It'll be delivered to your door when it comes out, or also Barnes and Nobles is what I was showing earlier.
Yes. Yes.
Just know that you have an open invitation to come out to the very first Blow Your Brains Out free show at Diamond Gems.
Okay, awesome. I'll keep it in mind. If everything is still good around here, we'll do that.
When are you leaving to Costa Rica?
Okay, so we're shooting now. We were going to be already gone, but because of everything that's happened, we've postponed. We're looking now at mid-February. So, we'll be moving down there, and I'm going to be sitting around writing my second book with my toes buried in the sand. So
nice. Well, if you get a little party together, let me know. I'll share it if you want me to, and I'll definitely make every effort to be there.
Okay, and the second book's going to be about the groupie that grew up.
Oh, okay. Very good. Well, I want to ask before both y'all head out. I want to ask Christian Shields and then Linda Chadwick. I would love to ask, how do you want to be remembered? Christian, you first.
I mean, it's not up to me to decide that. That's the people who decide that. Sorry, I'm changing my lights here. It's up for. I think it would be up for the people to decide how they remember me. I just try to do my best and just be positive. That's all. I really didn't have a good answer for that, unfortunately. But again, people will decide the legacy when I'm long gone. And
that's a great
I'll be
answer.
dead, so I probably won't care, to be honest.
Living in the now till the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
It's
Linda,
a good question. It's a good question. I'm 60 years old now, so hopefully I've got many more years to be remembered. But I think I want to be remembered as just being the real sweet one. The one that was kind of the more innocent, the more sweet, the more, that was always willing to help people, and the one that really loved the music. The words, the music.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Being a part of this show. Y'all have been fantastic panel members, fantastic guests, and I really do hope that y'all will come back.
I would definitely come back. Did you want us to shout out our social media or anything like that?
You goddamn right.
So, Linda, you want to go first? Because I have a long closing that I want to give.
That's okay. Yeah, I'm on Facebook, and I'm Linda Sue Chadwick on Facebook, and I'm open. You can come and look at all my pictures, and
yes, she is,
and write me, and I love to talk to people, and that's me. So just have fun, love your life, and have fun. No regrets.
No regrets.
No regrets.
No. Look, do you see that? That's a whale's tail right there. That is actually an island in Costa Rica that you can go out on it, and you get to see like whales as they're migrating by. They call it the whale's tail.
So happy for you. You're so much going to enjoy the rest of your life also.
Thank you.
We sure enjoyed you tonight, Linda. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, guys.
Christian Shields, where can we find all of your good stuff?
So you can search me on the interwebs everywhere. Search Christian Shields. I'll come up on Google, all that jazz. But if you want to be more direct, my website is christianshieldsrocks.com, facebook.com/Christian Shields, X, formerly Twitter, at Chris Shields 23, Instagram.com / or just at Christian Shields Live, TikTok at Christian Shields 23. And I just want to say, I end all my shows and everything by saying this, that there's only one politic, one religion, one creed that
Music.
brings us all together. And do you guys know what that is?
Music.
Close. It's a little something
Kiss.
I like to call rock and roll.
Oh yeah. Very good. Well said.
So that's
Well
what brings
said.
us all together.
That's it.
All right, and here's your website again, everybody. It's Christian Shield Rocks is this website. I have a question for you. Did you know that Pantera went by everything Pantera Rocks until later in
Yes,
their
it did.
career?
No, I did not know that. Like I said, you guys are definitely, from listening to you guys talk tonight, I can tell there's some huge Pantera fans here tonight. If Kiss is more my wheelhouse.
Oh my God. I've got some Kiss stories for you too, Chris.
Oh boy, we can talk about it off air.
For sure.
We all have your phone number now, so
Correct.
beware. And be sure to come back when you have some more music to talk about, because we're interested.
And
Same with
Ricky-
you, Linda.
Ricky, I adore you.
I adore you very much back. Been a wonderful time tonight.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, go over to Outlaw Video TV and subscribe. It really helps support us and helps us support people like Christian Shields and Linda Chadwick. And by the way, Cliff Burton says, fucking Outlaw Video TV too. Join us next week, everyone, for the talent process retribution. Who all's gonna be on next week, Dave Jarvis?
That's going to be cast and crew. Unfortunately, the director, Randall James Shred, will not be here in person, but he will be participating in the chats. But we will be bringing back Brandon Stormborn and Lou Morris from Coilback and Lovesick Drug and various other cast and crew from the movie. The movie just premiered, and they're on the talking circuit now.
You gonna turn your
So
shit down tonight, too?
we got to juice them for everything that they've got.
Ready to go get some. You won't go nowhere. You're not gonna go nowhere.
Well, here's the thing. This picture, the reason I show it is I actually took that picture of Cliff Burton in Phoenix, Arizona. So might as well brag for a minute. Rest in peace, Cliff Burton. He was the coolest part of Metallica for sure.
He really was. Yeah. Touchable, reachable. You know, that's important.
Yep. All right, and so is this. Continuing to support local bands by having our weekly concert calendar.
Let's go.
Coming up Friday,
Absolutely.
January the 19th, one of my all-time favorite people, Rick Perry, and one of my all-time favorite new classic metal bands, Iron Jaw. I got to see them live at MediaTek, and they were fucking awesome. So while you can see this band performing these amazing songs live, be sure and get out January the 19th to see Iron Jaw.
Yeah.
It's going to be part of the Haltom Metal Fest, a 2-day fest. So there, day 1, and then there's day 2. But
I've heard that place is awesome.
it is. Yeah,
I
Chad?
did pretty big.
Yeah,
pretty big
I need to
stage.
go. I need to go.
It's got great space for plenty of fans to go out, and you
Excellent. Excellent. I will. I'll
should.
give
It's
it
like
a
an hour and
shot.
a half from my house.
Man, I don't know
It's
what
like-
kind of music scene that they've got in Costa Rica, but I'm crossing my fingers.
Altum is basically a small version of the Bomb Factory.
Okay. That was
That's
a
a
good
great,
place.
great comparison.
It's got 2 stages. So for the record, if you go out and mention you're there to see Iron Jaw, you can get a free patch or sticker from the band Iron Jaw by mentioning them at the door.
Nice.
I believe it's a $15 show, but don't mark me on that. Let's see. Has it got a price on here?
It might be different at the door.
I
Nice.
don't
20
see
bucks.
it.
$20.
$20. Thank you, David Jarvis. All right. And so with that, we've got at the Highway Bar, this is Rogue Radio playing next weekend. Keegan McEnroe, Thursday live on the river. This guy's like Willie motherfucking Nelson, man. If you really enjoy that kind of music, get out or just go listen to Keegan McEnroe tonight. He's kind of like a soul brother to me. So Keegan McEnroe, everybody, every chance you get. Got a ministry show's coming up. I don't know the details on it, but we'll have plenty of time to talk about it and promote that show. There's our favorite lady in the rock and roll world tonight, Linda with her daughter. And this show. What's that?
Oh, I said my daughter, the first time she come up to me and she said, Mom, she goes, I want to go to a concert. And I went, ah! No, not that. Not that. But I took her, so.
What was it? The Jonas Brothers?
No, God, no. She's so much cooler than we were. She got the 69 eyes, baby.
69 eyes.
Yeah, and got her first kiss from UC.
All right. So here's the show I was talking about earlier, Linda. This is the very first Blow Your Brains Out show, Saturday, March the 2nd, with, again, my favorite bands, or I should say all the bands that I would really like to see the most, and I'm not able to get out that much. So
Me either. Yeah, I'll try.
Now he has no choice.
I'll try.
And now I have no choice. That's one way to put it. But yeah, I fully look forward to this night. This is going to be like a fun fucking night for me and all my friends and family and fans of good music. So I fully expect to see that house packed March the 2nd. It's a Saturday night.
Great show.
Got any input on that, David Jarvis?
It's going to be a good night full of raucous bands, and I hope that you, me, and Ariel will do some witty banter in between bands. Have it feel like that Howard Stern from the 90s feel.
You already know it's going to be a fun time all night long. And I want to point out that DANK right there, DANK, that is our area's most unique and original rebel country band. And it's also David Jarvis's band. So,
oh, nice.
Fancy.
Yeah, fucking DANK right there. If y'all don't know, their latest album is called Hit This. And it's full of fucking hits. I mean, really, I'd recommend that to anybody who loves good music. I am so thankful, David Jarvis. I apologize that, I listen to some of the songs. We play All My Drinking Buddies here every week. Get Off My Ass, Get On My Dick. I had to listen to that.
I like that.
I told you, it's rebellious. It's like rebel country. Get off my ass and get on my dick. They even have it on a T-shirt, Linda.
I got to get that one for my husband.
Well, you know what it was, David, is that I just really wanted to like the music because I love you,
Aww.
and I needed to listen to it at the right time. And during the holidays was the right time for me. And I fucking love this record called Hit This. Every song on it's amazing.
Thank you so much. That was recorded.
One more thing, if I can.
Of course you can.
Doug, if you're still watching, I love you. Thank you for being a part of my life.
Awesome. I love that. Way to go. Well, I want to point out also here, against all odds, you were talking earlier, Linda, about when fans come up to you and embrace you and your music and even your lyrical content. I already know that Ariel experiences that regularly. I don't know if you've heard her song Cold, but we play it to end every show. So try to listen to it whether you're hanging out on the panel.
Yes, I do like their band. I'm very familiar with it, and I do like it. I think that my daughter really loves the band, too. So,
fuck yeah. That is
Big
very
love.
cool. That is very cool. But yeah, you know that she gets a lot of people approaching her, and because her music connects with people. The lyrical content connects, the vocal delivery connects, the music connects. Right, Ariel?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Very good.
All right, so moving on, we got Descent coming up. That's Metal Mike. He was on last week. It was one of my all-time favorite interviews. That's the thing about doing this podcast is no matter how discouraged you get throughout the week, man, the podcast is always there to bring you through. It's fucking great every week. So thank you, David, and thank you, Ariel, for making it happen every week. All right, so this is February, and this is at the Growl. This is that Growl show.
Post Valentine's Day.
Thank you, Ricky, for making this show possible, man. You're the best.
Yeah. Couldn't do without you. Ooh.
Okay, so this is also a Haltom Theater show. It's on the side stage, Texas Death Metal right here, February the 9th. So we'll have plenty of time to talk about that. And, of course, this show is May the 16th, but I have to talk about it because it's at Trees, and Trees is a big supporter of Blow Your Brains Out. We'll be talking about that for the next couple of months, right?
Does Trees like us? Does Trees even know who we are?
Silly.
Because I would totally be. I would totally to do a show from Trees. That would be great.
Yeah.
Well, now that's the question: is how much does Trees love us?
Yeah. Metal Mike, dude, we will totally do some kind of collab with you, bro.
Yes,
100%.
Yeah, because I can almost guarantee you that we won't be doing another show at Diamond Gems. I don't know that 100%, but I think that Diamond Gems, this free show thing, is only going to last a little while before they change it up. And what would be better than that? I mean, better than Trees? Nothing.
Plus, those are hot chicks too. Look at those boobies! Wow.
Mm-hmm. For soccer moms.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hey, I'm into soccer moms.
You know how old I am? Go back to the one before that, the one that with all of the writing. This is how old I am. I can't read any of those names.
Ariel, go ahead.
It's time to play and name that metal band.
I have no earthly idea.
We did this last week and I still don't know.
Yeah. So I'm moving right on past it. Well, we'll do it again next week or the next when we have more time to chat about it. I'm trying to get through these pretty quick.
So it's not just me. I'm not just being old. That it
oh
goes
God, no.
Everybody. Okay. All right then. Good. That makes
it's also one of those. It's also one of those things, Linda, like walking outdoors and letting your eyes adjust. Once you let your eyes adjust, you can read some of these, believe it or not.
Or it's like one of those paintings where you have to tilt it backwards a little bit to see what the writing is.
Let your eyes cross.
Yeah, and squint just a little bit. Yeah.
All right. So speaking of our the venue that loves us the most here in Dallas, Trees. And I say that tongue in cheek because Ariel is really big on Six Springs, and so are we big on Six Springs and them having all original music.
No bad.
All right. So Oceans of Slumber here
with special guests. Is it with Tulip and
it's an H Hinyana?
That sounds right.
Oh Hinyana. Oh Inyana. How about that? It's Oh Inyana.
Okay.
That's my guess. And of course Tulip, and that's January the 26th, so coming up in a couple of weeks at Trees. Growl Records.
Woo-hoo.
January 19th, so that's next week. Not this week, but next week.
Grand Dams, Treehouse Cabaret, The Deep End, Everything is Temporary. Question mark?
And of course, Growl is the venue there with Division Brewery. So get your fresh crafted brewed beers right there at Division Brewery, and then hop on over to Growl Records, buy some records, and enjoy your favorite music.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's some more amazing Texas death metal bands here. January the 18th at Haltom Theater. This is another Growl show, right? Nope, Trees.
Oh, I was just talking to one of my patients today. He is a firefighter for Dallas, and we were talking about this show right here.
Very cool. I was talking to the Alvarado fire department today, and I forgot to mention this show.
Yeah, I wonder if some of the other local areas are going to go support. We'll see.
Hey, everybody needs a hero to support, right?
Oh,
Who
yeah.
can't support a firefighter?
Word.
I mean, only pussies call it cops, but when you need a firefighter, it's good to have them here.
Oh my gosh, true heroes, actually.
Absolutely. All right, so that's it, trees. All right, and here's our buddies from Warhog.
Woo-hoo.
Hang around. I'll play a Warhog song tonight.
They're playing at Trees.
Yeah, Warhog doing a big show at Trees with Breeding Thorns also, who have been on our show and were fucking awesome.
Ow.
Who's the other band? You got Last of the Sane and
11
who's the Pentagram guys there?
Glimpse of Death.
Glimpse of Death. All right, so that's a Tree show, January the 17th. And so I fully expect to have Warhog on for at least 5 minutes next week to talk about it at the end of the show, as we invite all bands to hop on during the concert calendar and spend 5 minutes with us talking about your show and your new music. We the Kings. There's another soda.
And January 30th in Trees.
How much do you love us, Trees?
You better love us big time.
Guys, I'm going to call my husband, okay? And I love you guys. Thank you so much for having me on here. I love you all. Okay?
Love you too, Linda, and wishing you the very best.
Bye.
Send us postcards from Costa Rica.
Oh, man, they don't have a postal system.
Oh, my goodness, that's lovely.
I know. My husband worked for the post office, and he's going somewhere that doesn't have a postal system. He's so happy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's great.
Sweet dreams, dear.
Love
Stay in
y'all.
touch.
Adios.
We'd love to
Bye.
get together and be a part of your little book promotion tour there.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
The Argonaut.
This is a Big Rob show, so I failed to delete that. I don't know if that show's somewhere else or what. So here's a Granada show, February the 9th.
Woo-hoo. That is a month from now.
Teenage Bottle Rocket. This one's coming up. This is this weekend, Saturday, January 13th. Metal Asylum.
At Haltom.
Creeper. You got Jimmy Fritz there. Shredder. There. Oh, that is a Haltom show?
This was the Haltom, yep.
Oh, and there's that fucking rip-off artist bands down there on that show. So
Iron Man has a show this Saturday at Diamond Gyms.
yeah, that's my final flyer right there. So here it is, everybody. The Drunken Slugfest, Saturday, January the 13th. Thank you, Iron Man West, for being in the chats tonight and being pretty regular in our chats, man. I super appreciate you being here. It's always fucking good to see you. And not only that, he is the one that designed these flyers right here for us.
Aw.
Yeah, so thank you very much for
So nice.
Yeah, big time helping us out with all that. Thank you to Arkansas in the chats tonight and everybody. Let's see. And so let me go back to the show for Iron Man this weekend because they're so badass. They have 2 flyers to promote their show.
Oh, fancy.
Well, that's what Wes does. He's the man right there. So I guess it's not all that difficult for him to throw these flyers together. So that's it, everybody. Ariel, thank you very much. David Jarvis, thank you very much.
Thanks for being my friends.
Thank you, Ariel. Thank you, Ricky. And for everybody out there, remember, Existential presents.
Oh my God, really?
There it is, Existential. I unmuted you, Johnny. I'll get right back to you. So this is it. Existential presents Escape from the Dream System. It's a movie. We got to watch it together. We premiered it right here on Blow Your Brains Out, thanks to David Jarvis and Mike Lambert. And so you can go back and watch it together with us, or better, at your convenience, just go to the X610 Chill website. Be sure to subscribe and subscribe all while you're there. The link is in the chats if you need a convenient way to get to it. But otherwise, if you just type in X610 Chill with one L, it'll come right up. And be sure to subscribe, and then get your popcorn and soda pops and watch a really cool movie.
And also get ready, because there will be an existential Ricky Warden track in the horizon.
Do you like it? Do you like it, David Jarvis? I had a blast, by the way.
I love it. OZ had a great time with you. He loved Phoenix. I love Phoenix. He's a great kid. Yeah, we are just fixing up some audio issues on my part, and but no, you knocked it out of the park, bro. The song is going to be fantastic. I actually played it for Chuck from Boltneck, and he was like, if you do this, you do that, you do this. Yeah, I totally.
Boltneck. Thank you, Boltneck, for putting your advice in.
Absolutely.
Every little bit helps. I've listened to the song probably 30 times, and I love it. It's a crooner song, kinda. It's kind of jazzy, kind of crooner, but it's a love song, basically. So all you beautiful, lovely ladies, prepare.
Thank you think about working with OZ.
Thank you, David. I love you, man.
Ricky, what do you think about OZ?
Oh, OZ, awesome. I kind of deja vu'd. I didn't have a chance to tell y'all that. Thank you for being patient with Phoenix and everything. Y'all were the best with him. But I kind of deja vu'd. I feel like we have met before. Maybe it was another life, but I think in this life I have met that dude before and was very impressed with him years ago when we crossed paths. But either way, man, it doesn't get more professional than what he's doing. You want to give a shout out for his studio for anyone up that way that would like to have such professional quality for their recordings?
Absolutely. OZ over at Elephant Sound over in Richardson, right off, what is it? 75.
I meant to ask you this.
Yeah.
Does he have a Facebook page for the studio?
I think he does.
Most.
David, we're losing you, man. You are so choppy, I can't hear you. You were just a little choppy before, but you've gotten too choppy to hear now.
Okay. Well, then, Facebook and Instagram, and y'all have a nice night. Later.
Was it Element Sound? Was that what it was, Ariel?
I couldn't hear what he said, to be honest.
Yeah, I couldn't either. Guys, I got to hop off the chat as well.
Peace out, Christian. Thanks for joining us.
See you soon.
Yeah, we're going to be blowing up that telephone. Hey, Johnny, thank you very much for being here tonight, man.
No problem, man. I got a show going on tomorrow night if you want to join.
Oh, are you? I'll have Phoenix tomorrow. That's the good news. Thankfully, I will have
Phoenix. All right. Cool.
Yeah, well,
So then I'll see you Sunday then.
It's been rough, bro, because it cost me money to keep my fucking grandson, and so thankfully this week I'm going to be able to have him, and so I might hop on there with him for a minute just to say hi. But otherwise, y'all, Johnny has a show on Sunday night and Tuesday night, and you just never know when Johnny TV will be popping up, do you?
And I got some good news, too. I talked to Aaron, what's his name?
Iron Mang.
Yeah, he told me he's going to get a hold of me tomorrow so we can schedule him in on Johnny TV.
All right, and you got Christian Shields' phone number, man? I'm sure he'd love to come over and say hi.
Yeah.
Did you write it down?
No.
Oh my goodness, he said three fucking
my
times.
My pen doesn't work for one.
We saved it for you. We saved it.
He was saying it too fast.
We got it for you, Johnny TV. It's all good. All right. Well, what is your favorite Against All Odds song, Johnny TV?
Cold.
I was gonna say that song.
Every
Good
Wednesday.
night, guys.
Pull your brains out.
Drifting to sleep and just fade away. No one will know where you will go, your safest space. 'Cause hiding behind your cute little smile, the darkness it grows with each passing hour. Can't turn back the dial. I'm feeling so cold, not to the touch, falling so fast. Please don't you dare hold the grudge. 'Cause this fake little smile, it's getting too much for me to control. Oh, I've lost all control and I'm never enough. When gravity hits and all that remains are the stories untold and the secrets we take to our grave. 'Cause 6 feet below, with nowhere to go, the light becomes dark and dark is the light, so I'm told. I'm feeling so cold, not to the touch, falling so fast. Please don't you dare hold the grudge. 'Cause this fake little smile, it's getting too much for me to control. Oh, I've lost all control and I'm never enough. I'm feeling so cold, not to the tank, crawling so fast, please don't you dare hold a grind. I'm feeling so cold, not to the touch, falling so fast, please don't you dare hold the grudge. 'Cause this fake little smile, it's getting too much for me to control. Oh, I've lost all control and I'm never enough. I'm feeling so cold.
Feeling so cold. Right there. Our very own Ariel against all odds. All right. I said that I was going to play some Warhog, and here we go. This is for you guys that want to bang some more head tonight.
unwind. Another chapter, who writes the book? Another version, this one with a dismal hook. Nothing matters, it ends the same. The saga finish, the hero insane. A dark horizon, crimson tears, an empty high from all those wasted years. Guilt in the shadows that follow me. Feel their oppression, am I free to be? Questions assaulting, defile the mind. Accept defeat. Know that I choose to be blind. 1 foot forward, 1 gaze behind. Never ending. Wait for the knots to unwind. Just another tale. Welcome to my hell. Reeling as I'm questioning the pain. Just another lie. Welcome to my life. Wondering if I go, what remains? Drop the curtain, let me bow. The show is over, all the lines are read, it's over now. Hear the echo as it fades. See my body in the earth where it lays.
Some fucking warhog. All right, there it is, everybody. Some fucking warhogs for you right there. Yeah, you already know. Calling all my pyromancers. feel the flames of Iron Jaw.
What does the future hold? Feet standing on disease. Pray for my enemy. Threaten my legacy. Show no mercy and hold their feet to the fire. From the hold of Valhalla, past the great beyond. The night is full of terror, but the blade still dances on. All hail, pyromancer. All fear the flame. All hail, pyromancer. All fear is the name. Yeah, rise up in flame. Ashes of agony, a chance to cleanse the soul, performing exorcism. Burn, 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 and return to dust. With great suffering, we are reborn. Exonerate a trial by fire. From the halls of Valhalla, past the great beyond. The night is full of terror, but the blade still dances on. All hail, pyromancer. All feel the flame. All hail, pyromancer. Rise up and feel the flame. The flame. Atonement, a burnt offering. An omen by two. Death waits for you, soldering. Stare into the dying flame and tell us what it means. What of the stories told? Myth, legends, what it'll be. Oh, when the flame grows cold and the embers yeah, we become our own creator to burn with an unquenchable fire. From the halls of Valhalla, past the great beyond. The night is full of terror, but the flame still dances on. All hail, pyromancer. All feel the flame. All hail, pyromancer. Going down in flames. All hail, the pyromancer.
There it is. You can hear that amazing classic heavy metal done like no one has ever done before, live right here, Saturday, March the 2nd. Free show in Arlington, Texas at Diamond Gems. And before that is next Friday, not this coming, but the following Friday, January the 19th. So I do fully expect to have Rick Perry on next week for at least 5 minutes. That's really all we need. Pop in for 5 minutes, just like Warhog. Pop in for 5 minutes during our concert calendar. And let's get the word out about this show Friday, January the 19th. But right back to the goods and talking about delivering the goods. One of my other new favorite bands and new favorite people in Dallas-Fort Worth, that would be Hef. That's right. And the band is Vain. Motherfucking every night and every day, relentless.
Crushing those in our path, not giving up until you hear our battle cry. Our mission is our destiny, bruised and bleeding, focused and never, ever give up on the light. Target is in our gun sight. Relentless, eradicate the darkness of the fight. Fucking night. Relentless, focus, grinding out this fight. We know the fight is headed our way, conquering with all our might together. Hunger down and face it on the battleground, lifting others along the way. No one will be left astray, showing the world that we are here to stay. Relentless, target is in our gun sight. Relentless, eradicate the darkness of the fight. Relentless, doesn't matter day or fucking night. Focus, grinding out this fight.
Motherfucking Black Tooth Grin. Dude, there's a lot of breakdowns in that song. That's not the first time I've cut off the very end. So, Hef, I apologize. Last week I got it. All right. So that was fucking Vain right there. And you're going to see them live at this free show also Saturday, March the 2nd. Check their YouTube channel, their Facebook page for any other shows that they have coming up. And the band that's going to kick off this show and get everybody nice and warm and hot is called Here for Now. So that's what we're going to play next. Their song is actually called Forwards. And here we go. Here for Now.
I'm not the bitter type, but I still sleep with one eye open for a moment that won't arrive. I'm not the angry type, even when I know my heart is broken, and I wish that you would die. Now I only move forward, can't stop to think beyond. When I search for answers, I realize how much was wrong. When I look inside, I find all the words unspoken that are eating me alive. Your promises, your pride have put all of hell in motion, and I'm fighting to survive. Now I only move forward, can't stop to think beyond. When I search for answers, I realize how much was wrong. Now I only move forward, can't stop to think beyond. When I search for answers, I realize how much was wrong.
Here for Now, everybody. Young kids right there making some heavy sounds, so get out early. They go on at 7 o'clock. The show starts at 7 p.m. Doors are 6:30, so get there early and plan to have a good time. We're doing that because it's Saturday. Just kind of get your chill on Friday night so you're rested up and ready to party till the sun comes up Saturday, March the 2nd. All right, so thank you very much to Ariel and to David Jarvis for making this happen, man. This absolutely would not happen without you. I'm going to play some X610 chill, so we're going to kind of chill it out for a sec, and then I'm going to go right into some dank, and we're going to end this show so everybody can watch it from the beginning. I know you're waiting. So this is the ambient sounds of Exist and Chill, which is David Jarvis's musical project. The song is Dogmata. Ambient music does not get more groovier than that. I mean, it's far beyond any type of ambient music. I feel odd calling it ambient, but it is. But it's so layered and so well put together. I mean, David Jarvis just knows the psychology. I'm not even kidding. All right, so we're going to end the show after this. This is All My Drinking Buddies right here. Tell you what, let me hop up here real fast so I can show you what this CD looks like. We've been listening to this one song forever, a good year now. But this is the record. It's called Dank Hit This. And all the songs on this record are like classic. I'm convinced that if this record would have come out in the 70s, 80s, 90s, several of these songs would have already been worn out on radio. I mean, it's just that good. So that's it. Everybody go to DANK on Facebook, and DANK Country is what it is on YouTube, and listen to this, but also go to your favorite MP3 outlet and purchase these songs and let me know what you think. Because again, I'm in love with the record. And so this is one of the heavier songs called All My Drinking Buddies. We'll see everybody Wednesday, 8 p.m. Blow your brains out every Wednesday. Thank you to all of our guests, everybody in the chats. You'll be able to start this video over and watch it from the beginning after this song and forever.
All my drinking buddies are in jail. And I'm too drunk to drown to go pay their bail. But you know, if I really gotta go, I ain't got near enough dough. And so now all my drinking buddies are still in jail. Well, I was going good, drinking at the bar when my buddy ran into the back of a cop car. I found it kind of funny, man, I thought it was a joke, but he never came back. Here comes the tab and I'm broken up. All my drinking buddies are in jail. And I'm too drunk to drive to go pay their bail. But you know, if I really gotta go, I ain't got near enough dough. And so now all my drinking buddies are still in jail. Well, Ryan was having troubles with his chick. She turned around and kicked him in the then cops came to see. After a while, he told them he would beat their asses in the frozen pizza aisle. Now all my drinking buddies are in jail. And I'm too drunk to drive to go pay their bail. But you know, if I really gotta go, I ain't got near enough dough. And so now all my drinking buddies are still in jail. Mother started boozing at 62 and then began for breakfast to hallucinate at noon. She ran a school bus stop sign in my stolen car, so they took her to the pokey for a little R&R. Now all my drinking buddies are in jail. And I'm too drunk to drive to go pay their bail. But you know, if I really gotta go, I ain't got near enough dough. And so now all my drinking buddies are still in jail. Yeah, all my drinking buddies are rotting in jail. 1, 2, 3, 4.
A little X610 chill to take us out. Blow your brains out, everybody. Every Wednesday night. So good to have everybody here. I love this show. I fucking love this. Feel the rise and sail on, dear Captain.